and welcome back to Sprich Deutsch. Do you think that a little boy in German is masculine or a little girl feminine? Not for a German. So in today's lesson, you will be learning everything you want to know about German genders. People find it a little difficult to deal with German nouns because it has 3 distinct genders. Believe it or not, English language used to share this fixation with Germans. But a time came and then English started referring to everything as genderless the. So the word gender in German language is das Genus. So if you have been watching my videos carefully, you have probably already noticed that the 3 distinct genders are masculine, feminine and Neutrum and are preceded by the articles der, die and das. If the noun is masculine, the article is der. For feminine, the article is die. And for Neutrum, the article is das. Zum Beispiel, that is for example, the words finger, Nase and Auge become der Finger, die Nase und das Auge. So determining gender can be tricky. Often, the natural gender of the noun and the grammatical gender of the definite article work the way you would expect them to. For example, die Frau und der Mann. But more often, you can't get the article for a noun just by looking at it. That is, by looking at this word that is Apfel, you cannot recognize its gender. The gender of a German noun has been shaped by categories and sounds. Nouns for similar categories of things or concepts tend to have the same gender. So I have decided to divide this lesson into 3 parts. So today we will learn the secrets to identify the nouns in Neutrum, that is in neuter gender. References to higher level or first ordered categories of things or collections of inanimate things are often neuter. So you can check the example here. When you talk about universe, it refers to the largest collection of things. So the word Universum becomes Neutrum, that is das Universum. Similarly, when you talk about face, it is collection of your eyes, nose, lips, etc. So it is das Gesicht. And one more example we have, cutlery. When you talk about cutlery, you can think of spoons, knives, forks, etc. So the word for cutlery in German is Besteck. So as it is a collection of different things, it is Neutrum, that is das Besteck. So the other category of things are colors, names of medicines and chemicals. They all tend to be Neutrum in nature. Zum Beispiel das Blau, das Grün, das Gelb und so weiter. Neuter gender also tends to be the category for many of the most fundamental elements of nature. Zum Beispiel das Atom, das Molekül and life itself. That is das Leben. Not surprisingly, therefore neuter gender also includes almost all elements in the periodic table. The association of neuter gender with physics is revealed by some of the things it measures. Das Ampere, das Ohm, das Watt, das Volt, das Newton und so weiter. Given the importance of categories for determining gender, when new things are invented, the new nouns tend to take the gender of words with a similar meaning. For example, when mobile phone was invented, it became das Handy because it belonged to the same category as das Telefon. Neuter gender has a powerful role over all nouns in that it is the default gender for the diminutive, and hence the little boy in German is das Büblein, whereas the little girl in German is das Mädchen. Most of the nouns imported from foreign languages tend to be Neutrum in nature. For example, das Alphabet, das Baby, das Video, das Restaurant, das Omelette. Most of the languages, grammatical terms, that is like parts of speech, are usually Neutrum. For example, das Adjektiv, das Futur, das Perfekt, das Präteritum, das Verb, das Deutsch und so weiter. Nouns derived from adjectives are mostly Neutrum. Zum Beispiel das Gute, das Böse, das Neue und so weiter. So now let us see how sounds help in determining whether the noun is Neutrum. The nouns ending in se, ha, e, n are generally Neutrum. Zum Beispiel das Mädchen. The nouns ending in l, e, i, n. Zum Beispiel das Büblein. The nouns ending with m, a, n, t. Zum Beispiel das Dokument. The nouns ending in u, m. Zum Beispiel das Universum. The nouns ending with t, u, m. Zum Beispiel das Reichtum. Also, the nouns ending with a und Doppel-t, that is a, t, t, tends to be Neutrum. Zum Beispiel das Duett. So that was all for today, guys. In my upcoming videos, you will learn how to identify masculine and feminine nouns. So stay tuned and keep watching Sprich mal Deutsch.